Hey guys, welcome back! The HG Gundam Vidar just came out, so let's take a look and see what we get with this kit, shall we? Alright, so on the box we've got the mobile suit with a nice pointy stabby McStab weapon and, of course, the masked pilot of the suit. We probably all know who's underneath that mask, but I have to wait and see who it actually is in the show. On the side of the box, we've got a nice description of what all you can do with this kit. Alright, so let's see, starting with the English on the left. The rifle can be mounted on the side armor. Ooh, exciting. Action. Enjoy creating impressive poses by using its whole body structure. It says, 2 wrist parts with a different angle are included. Choose and attach either. The blade and handle of the burst saber can be separated. The handle can be mounted on the side armor, it says there. Alright, what else do we have? The hunter's edges on the feet are extended. Alright, so he can do a nice split kick there. Let me see if it's stay in focus, camera. A nice split kick and some blades come out the feet there. Some images are shown with the action base. A rifle is included. Always exciting to get a rifle. And 2 handguns are also included. Alright, so we got 2 small handguns and a rifle. So usually iron-blooded orphan kits are quite a bit melee weapon heavy, but we're getting not 1 but 2 guns in this kit. So yeah. The other side of the box, it's just showing what can be done with option set 7. So we got a new Gundam Floros Ryusego. It's showing assault knife, expressive hand parts for Gundam Vidar. So I guess option set 7 is going to have some new hand parts for especially made for the Vidar. And some joint parts are coming in this set, and that's exciting. To be honest, I think the Iron-Blooded Orphans option sets are quite a bit more boring as compared to what we saw with Build Fighters. Build Fighters had some pretty useful, some pretty good option sets. I think the build arms and all that kind of exciting stuff. But the weapons we're getting in these Iron-Blooded Orphan stuff is just just meh. Alright, so let's open it up and see what we get inside the box. I've already taken the runners out of the bags to save myself some time. Alright, starting off with the polycap runner here, we have PC002, which is pretty much the same one that comes with all the Iron-Blooded Orphans HG kits. We have some stickers. This one's got quite a few stickers, I should say. I kind of like how the Grays is doesn't really have so many, but this one's going to have quite a few. We have here the first, let me move that out of the way. We have here the first runner. This is going to be the A runner, so the A runner is not the multicolor runner. This is going to be the Gundam Frame 2. So I don't remember what kit we first saw Frame 2 with. Was the Frame 2 the one that came with Chimeras? I wonder what that means. Actually, I'm not sure. It could have been the Gujin Rebake also, for all I remember. Alright, so let's move on. That was A. Let's find B. Alright, so here we have the B runner. So the B runner is going to be our multicolor runner here. We've got some dark gray, the light blue, some light gray, and some off-whitish color here on the side. We get our weapons here. The big rifle anyway. Where are the handguns? I guess the handguns aren't on this runner. So we have our armor parts, basically. Parts for his spear weapon. We get quite a few spears with this kit. I wonder why we get wait, something's going on with this kit. Alright, well, I'll have to see once it gets built what those exactly are for. Got the handle, the head armor, It all looks pretty decent for Iron-Blooded Orphans. And moving on to the last runner, the Sea Runner. Alright, Sea Runner is a bit of a... It's not the same soft gray plastic that you kind of get with the frame parts for the Iron-Blooded HG kits, well, and the 100 scale. This is a harder plastic, not a frame. So we have parts for the side guards, the legs, the handguns that are on there. These handguns are just one-piece handguns. Pretty simple. We get the thrusters, and that's it as far as parts go. Let's take a look at the manual. Alright, so the manual here. The Masked Man Vidar, the true identity of the masked man who has the same name as the machine is not known. Not even Locke Kujen and Julieta Juris, who both fight alongside him on the battlefield as members of the Outer Lunar Orbit Joint Fleet, know his past. Who could he be? Alright, but the English text for the Vidar, so everybody's kind of curious, what is the English text going to say for the Vidar here? Vidar is the machine of the Gundam frame that was improved and adjusted by the Outer Lunar Orbit Joint Fleet under the orders of Restal Ilion, who is a member of the Seven Stars. The structure of the cockpit has the characteristics of the mobile suits developed by Gjallarhorn, and is not mounted with a Alaya how do you pronounce that? Alaya Vijana system. Instead, a unique system unlike any state-of-the-art system was adopted. It is also an extremely unusual machine that has a total of 3 Ahab reactors. The pilot is the Masked Man Vidar, and only Restal Ilion knows his true identity. I think pretty much everybody already knows his true identity, to be honest. Gundam frame. Is there any other spoilers in here? Ah, interesting. The Gundam frame here on the back says, when it was brought into the maintenance room of the Outer Lunar Orbit Joint Fleet, there was significant damage to the various parts that made up the frame, and the defective parts were repaired using current technology before the overhaul maintenance of the machine was completed as Vidar. What else? I won't read about all the weapons. It's interesting. All of the weapons have English text about them. The reactor. Well, maybe we'll read the reactor. With the output from the 2 reactors, it is possible to cover the necessary energy for operating a mobile suit with almost too much excess power. For this reason, it is believed that there is a different purpose for the mounting of a 3rd reactor that increased output. Interesting. So 3 reactors. Maybe somebody would like to have revenge. Alright, so we also have our color guide on the back here. I won't go into that. Construction looks... If you've built an Iron-Blooded Orphans kit before, you pretty much know what to expect as far as construction goes with this kit. Alright, so here's those 3 blades, the triple blades hide on the underneath of the side guards there. Are they missiles? I don't know. It's got the openings. It kind of looks like a missile's going to stick out. But they also are identical to this thing, so... Interesting. Alright, I think that's going to do it for this out-of-box, or unboxing I should say, of the HG Gundam Vidar.